What's going on, guys? Mr. Brickswag back here with another video. Apologize for the outfit today, just so it looks a little weird. Look like a sales rep, but anyway, hope you guys don't mind. Anyway, the video today is going to be very exciting. I did mention in the last video that I wanted to make more set reviews from shows because I've been watching a lot of Star Wars shows recently. And as promised, I do have one ready to go right now. This is from Andor. This is one of the few Andor sets that exist. It's Ambush on Ferrix. This is from season 1. There is another Andor set. There's only been 2 made. The other one is the U-Wing, and I may or may not get that one. I'm honestly not sure. The minifigs on that one are really good, but the set itself, I don't like how LEGO downsizes everything these days, and so that really annoys me. But this set, I have no gripes with. Immediately, as soon as I finished season 1, I was like, I need to buy this. And so I got the Ambush on Ferrix set. I actually got it through Bricklink. First time ever using Bricklink in my life. I usually get retired sets through eBay or Bricks and Minifigs or whatever. But in this case, I was able to get it on Bricklink. First time using it again. Hopefully, it's smooth experience and everything. Box looks like it's in perfect condition. I got this for a pretty good deal, like maybe 80, 85 bucks, something like that. The retail price, I think, is $70. And so, yeah, it just looks like a really cool set. Very excited to build it. Again, I'm a big fan of Andor. That show just finished very recently. I absolutely just am in love with it. I think it's the best Star Wars project that has been released ever. I mean, I hope that's not controversial to say. I mean, probably since Rogue One. Rogue One was one of my favorite Star Wars movies. It's between Rogue One, Andor, Empire Strikes Back, and Revenge of the Sith. Those 4... definitely in contention for, the top 4 slots within Star Wars. Well, sorry, right behind Old Republic. I'm an Old Republic lover. But anyway, very, very long discussion of Star Wars. We're here to build Lego, and so I'm going to go ahead and unbox this and hop right into it. But I do hope you guys appreciate the little TV rant. But anyway, let's dive right into it. Alrighty, guys, so just unbox the set. Looks like we have no issues here. All 6 bags are here. Got this nice little instruction manual right here. Looks like, yeah, again, total 6 bags. So first bag will be the speeder build plus Luthen and Andor, which is really cool. Luthen, man, one of the peak characters, one of the most peak characters ever. So that'll be really cool. And then the other 5 bags will be for the, I guess, the pod. I don't know what you really call it. The pod thing that the corporate officers use to fly around. And then you have Syril Karn, who's also a great character, has a very, very tragic fate. I'm not going to spoil too much, but very, very tragic fate. Anyway, really, really cool set. It looks like, again, 6 bags right there. I will say, this is the first time I'm ever going to comment on a box. First and only time, probably. But this box is weird. It's very small, like, when it comes to the, length and width, but the depth. This is a thick box for a very small set, so very weird form factor. I don't know why LEGO decided to do that. But anyway, that aside, really excited to go ahead and build the set. Oh, we do have a sticker sheet right here. Always unfortunate to have sticker sheets. You guys know how I feel about that, but whatever. Hopefully it ends up being fine and looking good. But anyway, yeah, really excited to build this one, so let's go ahead and do that. Alrighty, guys, just finished the build of the Ambush on Ferrix set. Took me a total of about 2 hours, so pretty decently sized build overall. Very fun build process too. So obviously you have the speeder build, which is a very small part, and then you have the kind of pod build, which is the much larger section. And the speeder bike, I think, is very, very well constructed. I'll go over the full review in a second. That's real nice. And this is even more impressive. This is such a really nice, clean looking set. It's really my type of set. It's really simple, but it does the job super well. If I had to rate the build process overall, I would definitely give it a 9 out of 10. Very, very good. Almost no complaints, really. Honestly, just, yeah, really fantastic overall. Now, taking a look at the minifigure lineup, on the very left here, we have Cassian Andor. This is his kind of outfit in season 1, where he has the whole trench coat. He has kind of a homeless look to him, to be honest. This minifigure is absolutely fantastic. I love the beard on him. I love the hair piece. Very, very flowy and super accurate. Honestly, looks fantastic. The blaster that he has is the blaster that he stole, I think, from the corporate security guard on Pre-Morlana, and so that's actually a really, really neat piece. They usually use like, generic blasters for these kind of characters, but I'm glad they gave him a non-generic one here. Back print, something to really talk about, but yeah, really, really nice. I love the continuous printing and everything as always, so fantastic minifigure there. Next, you have Luthen Rael. He has a very, very nice face as well. His hairpiece, I wouldn't say is exactly 100% accurate, but it is pretty good. I would say a pretty decent representation overall. And again, he has that nice continuous print for his torso and his legs. It's that trench coat that he always wears, very iconic green trench coat, so looks absolutely fantastic there. And he also has a unique blaster piece, so really nice on the effort there. Some small back printing, nothing crazy there. And then finally we have Syril Karn. Syril Karn does not get a hair piece, but he does get, his little hat. He gets his printed kind of like corporate security guard outfit, which is pretty good, pretty accurate to the show. He gets a very standard blaster rifle, which makes sense because he's, just a standard officer. And then he has the little back print right there. Some people have said this looks like the Bespin guard, and I definitely agree. I have both the Bespin guard and Syril now, and I can say that they look very similar. But yeah, really cool minifigures there. And in case you guys were curious, Cassian does have a second face print, which is the angry face, I guess. And then Luthen also has the same deal going on, a more like concerned face as opposed to the more stoic one. So yeah, really cool there. Now taking a look at the first part of the build here, which is the speeder bike build. Honestly, like I said, very well constructed here. They didn't really need to give us this, but it's a very, very well constructed build. It's very detailed. I love the color scheme on it. It's very accurate to what you see in the show. This is the vehicle that Cassian and Luthen use to get away from the corporate guards. So yeah, really, really cool. You got some, those are blasters at the front or something like that. And you have these pieces. These aren't actually fixed in place. You can actually lift them a little bit, but they're supposed to represent that nice little connection. So yeah, really cool overall, and you can go ahead and seat the two minifigures on here, which is what I'll go ahead and do. So yeah, I went ahead and seated Luthen and Cassian on the bike here. There are two very nice holder clips right here that you can use to put their guns in, and so you don't have to worry about that. You just kind of replicate the scene where they're speeding through after they, trick the guards and everything. Yeah, pretty neat side build overall. Really like it for sure. And now taking a look at the main build, which is this pod right here. Visually absolutely stunning. The techniques that they use in order to build this and get all the angles correctly were absolutely phenomenal. I mean, just like getting all this sloping right here. Like, honestly, the techniques are super advanced in this one, which is again why I give the build such a high score. Just a really nice build overall. These absolutely look perfect. The only really downside, I guess, is the stickers that are used to add detail. You can always wish that you can get printed pieces, but I found that the stickers on this one weren't too bad. Actually, it really reminds me of the Razor Crest, using that, yellow to contrast the gray. But yeah, no, it looks pretty good overall. There are some internal stickers as well, obviously, but yeah, got these external stickers here, and yeah, it looks really cool. Again, you can kind of see a lot of really cool detailing around the entire thing. I'm a big fan of this build overall. Just aesthetically, I think it looks absolutely fantastic with the big engines and everything. And again, it just is very accurate to what is seen in the show, so huge props there. Now taking a look at some of the play features on this set. So the most notable one here would be the stud shooters on top. So this is a rotating cannon. Actually, it rotates all the way 360 degrees. It has two stud shooters you can fire off. Again, I'm not going to do that, but you can go ahead and do that if you want. Also, the cannon you can lift all the way up and then put it down, which is pretty cool. And again, you can go ahead and spin this thing around. You have these wings here that fold all the way up. These are really cool mechanism here, and you can see the entire thing actually moves. And so that, from a technical perspective, is very impressive, and I was definitely a big fan of that. So both wings can fold up almost as if you are kind of in the parked or landed position. Really cool how they did some underside detail here. They really didn't need to do that, but it's really nice that they did. So big props to Lego on that one. Now, when it comes to, you know, parking the vehicle, obviously you want to be able to open the doors to let your soldiers out or whatever. And this is one of the, I guess, the small gripes I have with this build is there's seats for 4 soldiers here to get out, but they don't include 4 minifigures. Now, obviously, I don't expect Lego to do that, not for this price point, but like, what's the point then if you're gonna have those 4, you know, slots, but you don't have any security officers? Like, at least make a battle pack to go with this or something. But they don't have that, and so that kind of bothers me a little bit. I really hope they followed it up, but they probably won't, you know, given when the set was made, and now season 1 is kind of in the past. You know, I expect only season 2 sets to be coming out from now. But anyway, a little bit of a tangent there, but yeah, these doors do open up and allow that. You have a little fire extinguisher sort of micro build there, which is cool. And then you also have a crate in here, which is pretty easily removable. Both this and the fire extinguisher are pretty easily removable. And in this crate is actually some extra ammunition that I put in there for the stud shooters up top. So yeah, pretty neat little kind of play feature there. I just really like it when sets have, like, even when small sets have these little interiors. It definitely shows that, you know, the people really put in a lot of effort to make that stuff work. The top of this set also opens up. Speaking of which, that printed windshield piece is really, really nice. I absolutely love that. Love the fact that Lego decided to put that in this set. But yeah, this windscreen piece lifts all the way up, revealing the entirety of the interior. And you can actually put a pilot right there, which is really cool. You have this sort of like stickered control panel. Both of these on these sides. So yeah, just really, really neat build overall. I like the fact that we get a full interior of this set, even though it's such a tiny build. It really goes to show that when Lego puts an effort, they can, you know, create a lot of space, even while having like a really strong build, which this definitely is really, really strong, and a good Technic structure and everything. So yeah, that's really neat there. There's also this little back door that you can open up. It really has this really nice clip that you can use to just pull, so super easy there. Unfortunately, the mechanism isn't as smooth as the other ones because this is actually one of those, like, you know, fixed position clips as opposed to the smooth ones. Not much back here, unfortunately. Again, you can kind of see like the whole Technic side of things. One of the features that is on here is that you can actually clip a gun onto each of these little clips right here. And so when you get your, you know, Syril minifigure here, and he comes with his little gun, you can actually put it on here and put him in the cockpit, which is what I am about to do. But yeah, that's a really, really neat feature for sure. So Syril is now in his little cockpit. Looks really, really good. Again, I love that minifigure. It's so nice and clean. But yeah, you can go ahead and just kind of close the cockpit. You know, he's piloting. In the actual show, this is one little, I guess, like, this is not a set gripe. The set is absolutely fantastic, but a little gripe with the entire, like, reasoning behind the set is this doesn't actually exist in the show. Spoiler alert. There is no scene where, you know, they're going on the speeder bike and Syril is chasing them down, or any pod is chasing them down for that matter. They don't get chased down at all by any of these guys. So it doesn't really make much sense. It's almost like it's 2 separate builds. I mean, this is this in and of itself could just be an escape from Ferrix mini build, and then this would actually be the, you know, kind of a main set. But it is cool that they put them together. I mean, I really don't have any big gripes with that. But you know, it would have made a lot more sense if they had this plus like 2 guards maybe as a battle pack, and then you bought it alongside this. Just an idea. I mean, Lego could have made a ton of money off of that, but there's probably a reason why they didn't do it. But anyway, I am still glad that we got this set and everything. But yeah, from a story perspective, just doesn't make a ton of sense. But from a visual and a set perspective, absolutely fantastic. Couldn't have asked for any better. So definitely have very positive thoughts overall about the Ambush on Ferrix set. Again, it's just nice that we got an Andor set, and especially one from season 1, which wasn't, you know, as popular, I guess, as season 2 has become. It's my personal preferred season, if you guys are wondering. But yeah, really love the set overall. You know, I like everything about it, really. The builds look really nice. It's visually very aesthetic. There is some good like play feature and some interior, which is also really, really nice. The minifigure lineup, I wish we had more quantity, but in terms of quality, it is very, very high, and I'm definitely very happy about that. And overall, I just think it's a very nice set, very pleasing, and I'm definitely gonna put it on my shelf. It's gonna go very, very nicely on there. But yeah, if I had to give the set an overall rating, I would definitely give it a 9 out of 10. Very, very solid set, not completely perfect, but definitely one of the better sets that I've built overall. Really, really enjoy it, and yeah. Definitely recommend you guys get this if you're fans of Andor. And as always, guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, then please leave me a like down below. Really helps out the channel. Please consider subscribing as well if you like this content and you want to see more content. Please leave a comment down below with any feedback you guys have, whether it be positive or negative. I do read all the comments and take everything into account, so really helps me a lot. And yeah, if you guys want more Star Wars content, then please stay tuned to Mr. Brickswag. All right, guys, have a nice day.